Hello, how are you doing? I hope you are having a great and marvelous day. I'm Vera and welcome to my channel. On here, I read out stories that my followers and subscribers have sent me. Stories in need of your advice and opinions. And all my stories are anonymous, by the way. So if you send me a story, I won't mention your name. And this is Anita.
Hi.
The Wahala woman is back. You know she's going to give it to you back to back. So I'm sorry in advance. Now, before we continue, Abi, you know Dada. Please press the subscribe button right now and like this video. Also, don't forget to turn on the notification button so that when I post, you'll be notified immediately. Now, without further delay, let's get right into it. Story number 1. A few years ago, my best friend's little sister, who was around 14 years old at the time, wrote me a love letter. She said she was in love with me and wanted to spend the rest of her life with me, and that she had never loved any man like the way she loves me. Now, this girl was tiny and smallish, and I had watched her grow up. I now understood why she always acted shy around me and always goes to change her clothes and wear her mother's lipstick when I'm around. She was just a little sister to me, and I was 19 years old at the time. I knew she just had a crush on me. I didn't want to get her into trouble with her brother, so I didn't tell him. Instead, I wrote her back a letter. In the letter, I told her she was too young to be looking for love, and that I only saw her as a little sister. I told her to concentrate on her studies and to stop proposing to men older than her, or else I would tell her brother. I know this was harsh, but I wanted her to remove any idea of the two of us even being together from her head. She looked so excited when I passed the letter to her the next day at their house. I didn't see her again till I left. Now, my house was next to their house, and our families were extremely close. The next day, when I went to see my best friend, I didn't see her. I asked my friend where she was, and he told me she said she was not feeling well. I didn't see her again the whole week till her brother called her that weekend and asked her to bring water to us. I will never forget how she looked at me up and down and rolled her eyes at me angrily. Normally, she's always happy to see me, and when I asked how she was doing, she just ignored me. It was her brother who told her to stop being rude and to respond to me, and she just nodded her head at me. This girl just ignored me when she saw me, and she didn't speak to me again till I left the country a couple of months later. I still kept in touch with my friend and asked about his little sister and his family once in a while. Now, I think 5 years after I left, my friend called me one day and told me about one of his cousins who I used to have a crush on when I was back at home, wanted my number. Apparently, she had seen my video on TikTok, and my friend had told her I used to have a crush on her. She said she used to feel me too, but was shy to express her feelings for me. Now, I was not dating at the time, and so I took her number. I was set to go back home in a few months' time anyway. We started talking on the phone, and there was definitely a connection between us. And she really wanted us to date, but I wanted to go back home first before we made it official. I met my best friend and family at the airport, and we drove home together. My family was throwing a small welcome back party for me, and all my old friends and family were there. My friend's cousin also came, and she looked very beautiful than ever. I didn't see my friend's little sister there. I had asked about her, and my friend had told me she was at school. Now, the first few months after I left the country years ago, I used to video call my friend and ask to say hi to his sister, but she always refused to talk to me. So I've not seen this girl even once since I left, and I didn't really care. I only thought of her when I asked about my friend's family. I only thought of her when I asked my friend about how his family was doing. Now, around 10 a.m., I was exhausted and I wanted to go to bed. Now, this small party was taking place in my living room. I was about to excuse myself when the door opened and a very beautiful, curvy woman entered with a young man walking behind her. When she entered, she turned and hung her bag on the back of the door as if she was familiar with my family home. And when she turned, oh my God, I'm sure every man there turned to look at her back. She had very big round butts that was proportionate to her body. I couldn't take my eyes off her back till she turned around again. I saw my friend walk towards her and put his arms around her neck, and that is when it hit me. This was his little sister. She was no longer small and tiny. She was now a beautiful young woman with the body of a goddess. I couldn't believe my eyes. And beside me was his cousin, the one I have been talking to for months now. I had promised to make things official with her the first day I got home. My friend led a sister to me and asked me if I remember her. I smiled and nodded and extended my hand to shake hers, but she didn't give me a hand. She just said welcome back to me without even looking at me. My friend introduced the man behind her as her boyfriend. When I heard boyfriend, I don't know why, but I felt disappointed.
I'm disappointed.
I looked at my friend's little sister and asked her how she was doing. She looked me in the eye, said fine, and rolled her eyes like the way she did some years ago. Without saying another word to me, she pulled her boyfriend away and they walked out of the living room. I couldn't take my eyes off her back. The girl was well endowed. I was surprised that the small thin girl I knew years ago had developed into this fully grown woman. I left my room and my friend's cousin followed me. I knew she was expecting me to officially ask her to be my girlfriend. I had made a promise to her I would. And so, even though I was not ready to ask her, that night in my room, I kissed her and asked her to be my girlfriend. She happily said yes, and we made love for the first time that night.
Shabo shabo.
Shabu shabu. She left my place a few hours later, and as I was taking her out of the house to escort her to her Uber, I realized that my friend's sister's bag was still at the back of the door. I didn't think much of it. Immediately I got back to my room. I went straight to my bathroom to bath. I was very tired and exhausted. I just entered into my bed naked and fell asleep. Sometime in the middle of the night, I felt a hand on my face. At first, I thought I was dreaming, only for me to open my eyes, and it was my friend's little sister lying stark naked beside me, with her hand caressing my face.
She's not giving up.
I almost jumped out of the bed. The lights had been on when I had gone to bed because I was too tired to turn it off, so I could see everything. This girl was naked with nothing on at all, like nothing. I forgot I was also naked for a second. I rushed to my bed, took my bed sheet, and wrapped it around me. This girl stood up and walked towards me, and oh my god, this girl was beautiful.
Temptation, no started.
Her body was something else, and I wanted her. I've wanted her since I saw her that evening, but that didn't change the fact that she was still my best friend's little sister. I also just started dating a cousin who I had just made love to not long ago. I wanted to push her into the bed and consume her from head to toe, but instead I walked away from her. I went to the other side of the room and picked up her clothes and asked her to put them on. She looked so hurt, but she refused to put her clothes on.
Stubborn girl.
This girl walked towards me and told me she knew I wanted her and asked me why I was fighting it. I did. I really wanted her. But common sense was telling me doing what I wanted to do to her was just going to complicate things. I knew if she kept pushing, I would definitely give in. She was standing right in front of me, about to touch me, when I used all of my strength to push her away. All of my strength too. I told her to put on her clothes so that we can talk first. Without saying a word to me, she went to take her clothes and started to wear them. After she finished, she was leaving the room without talking to me when I stopped her. She asked if she was that ugly. She broke into tears immediately. I tried to calm her down and asked her to sit on the bed. I told her she was the most beautiful woman I have ever met, and it took all my strength to control myself around her. But she was still my best friend's little sister. She had a boyfriend, and I just started dating her cousin. Sleeping together was only going to complicate things. This girl turned towards me and told me she didn't care. She touched my face and told me she was still a virgin and that she didn't love her boyfriend. She said she had been keeping herself for me and that she's not giving up on her love for me. She kissed me and I couldn't help it and kissed her back. I have been trying to avoid her since, and she has been trying to get me alone for some weeks now. I lock my door now because I don't think I can abstain from her the next time she stands in front of me naked. I get hard whenever I see her, and I can't stop thinking about her. I don't know if it is because I have genuine feelings for her or if it is lust and I just want to sleep with her. I really connected with my friend's cousin when I was abroad, But now I'm not really sure about how I feel about her. I don't think the connection is there anymore. And she's telling me she's falling madly in love with me. I am not sure I feel the same way about her. I have also slept with her a couple of times. And I don't want her to think I just came down to use her. I really don't want to hurt her. I'm very confused right now and I don't know what to do. Any advice on how to proceed will be very much appreciated.
Hmm.
Hmm. Okay, Anita, should I go first or you go
Okay, let
first?
me go first.
You want to go first?
Yes.
Okay, go first.
I think if you are not feeling anything for the cousin, if you break up with the cousin, you can't go and date the small sister because the brother is going to say that you're going to do the same thing you did to the cousin to his sister. So please, it's either you focus on the cousin or you break up and never go close to the small sister. Just let them be. Otherwise,
Otherwise, okay, so first and foremost, I want to applaud you for your self control because a lot of men in that situation will not be able to control themselves, but you try to control yourself. So, well done. Well done.
he didn't control himself in a
No,
way. He kissed. He
he kissed
kissed.
there, but he could have
No,
done
he shouldn't
worse.
have kissed their back.
Hey,
No,
you
since
know
he's
that kind of
I
temptation.
know, right? But since he's dating the cousin, he shouldn't have done
Case
that.
there, it is still
So
cheating
right
in a way.
now,
Yeah.
the girl is feeling that okay,
He kissed me back, so
yeah.
he has feelings for
So
me.
the power is coming more and more. Even though he killed the babe, he himself raised the babe up again. So
But I think he did well. He could
he
have
did
slept
well
with
in a
her.
way.
Yeah, he could have. You could have slept with her. Now, let's be honest. I don't know, but from the way you wrote the thing, you are not feeling the cousin anymore. Okay, so please don't waste their time. I don't think you are feeling her. And even when you wrote that you wanted to come back here before she becomes your girlfriend, were you really feeling her? And you've slept with her a couple of times. Now, I think it is best you let her know how you are feeling, that you are not really feeling what she's feeling because she's falling madly in love with you. Let her know, and if you don't, you know you don't want her, break things off with her now. She will be hurt. She might even hate you, but she will be better off than for you to string her along, dating her for her to think she means something to you and she doesn't mean anything to you. You get. So if you know, you are the one who knows. So if you know you're not feeling her, end things with her, let her go. Now with the little sister, she's really feeling you, and if you sleep with her,
Asemna say,
asemaba.
hmm,
So please abstain from her because the only thing you kept talking about is her body, her body, her body. You know, ask yourself this question: if you had seen her and she was looking like normal with no banging body, will you still feel her? Will you feel her? Will you want her? Ask yourself that question. I think you just want the body and you want to sleep with her.
I think you are right. It's the body, no?
Yeah, it's the body and the buttocks, you know. So,
Eternal friend.
Anita. So please keep your hands to yourself and put your hands in your pocket. You've tried so far, you've only kissed there. Don't complicate things. Especially since I can see you really care about her, you care about your friend, your best friend. If possible, let them both go. Let them both go. Okay? Let them both go. Because I don't think you really love the cousin. Do you? So just leave them for your peace of mind, okay? Let them both go. So yeah, my guy, just leave both of them for your peace of mind, okay? Anita, do you have anything more to add? So that's all. Now, if you have any advice for the sender, just write story number one and leave your advice or opinions. It's going to be in the comment section, reading them. Okay, let's move on to story number two. Growing up, I wasn't allowed to make friends at home. I was always indoors, so the only people I considered my friends were my classmates. The same year I wrote my WASI, I got admitted into the university. The halls on campus had rooms with 4 people, and I was placed in one. This is where I became close friends to one of the girls. Let's call her J. We became best friends. I even told my family about her. Jay had a man she was dating whom I didn't like for several reasons, but I couldn't tell her because she knew him before meeting me. He would maltreat her physically, verbally, and emotionally. On his birthday, she went to surprise him with gifts and went to his house around 8 p.m. An hour later, she called me and said he had threatened her with scissors, saying he would stab her the next time she came unannounced. I was like, huh? Is it serious at all? At that time, she discovered she was pregnant, and planned to inform him that night. He asked her to abort it, and she did. She would always complain about how badly he treated her, and even when I advised her to leave him, she wouldn't listen, always saying he would change. One day, she told me I was jealous of her relationship because I asked her to break up with him for good after he used the belt to beat her, leaving marks all over her face. That statement shattered me so much. She realized how hurtful her words were and apologized, and I forgave her. There was another time she went to tell him she was pregnant again, and she found him in bed with another woman. He kicked her out, later apologized, and gave her money to abort that pregnancy too. She didn't even tell me about the fourth pregnancy she aborted because I had asked her to use protection or get on family planning, warning that if she got another abortion, I wouldn't talk to her again. One night, I was going through her bag to get her ID card and saw a positive pregnancy text. That night, we didn't sleep. We were in the same hostel, but not in the same room. I didn't know she had been lying to me and visiting his place. My best friend started lying to me about everything. She would leave the hostel late at night to see him just because he wanted to meet her. Mind you, he wasn't even spending money on her. If she needed something, she had to steal from him. When I found out she was at his place, I confronted her. She didn't even realize she had hurt me, so she didn't apologize. I simply left her explanatory messages unread. 2 days later, she texted me saying she had been admitted to the hospital. She knew I had a soft spot for her and thought I would let everything go and visit her at the hospital. But she was lying. I found out through one of our male friends who video called her, and she told him she was with a guy. It was then and there that I knew I had to cut her off. I deleted her number and unfollowed her on all social media platforms. Now, our mutual friends are telling me I overreacted and that I should forgive her and still be friends with her. But what is the point of calling someone my best friend if they've been lying to me? She didn't even apologize when I found out. Am I overreacting? Okay, Anita, go first. Is she overreacting?
I don't think so. You tried advising her and she's not taking the advice. If something happens right now, it will affect you more than the friends who are talking about you overreacting and others. So if you separating yourself from her will give you your peace of mind, please do. Just cut her off. Because she's been beaten, she's been threatened, the abortion there, bobo, and she's still following the guy. She's not doing anything for you, and you are still following. Why you want to die? I think so because we're done, Jimmy. The love is gone through like afa baby. It is good you just be at your side and let her be at her side. When she makes up her mind to change, she'll come and look for you.
Anita is right. Sometimes it is not a bad idea to prioritize your own mental health over others. You come first. You've done what you can do for her. You've been there for her. You've advised her. Right now, it is up to her to change her situation. There's nothing you can do. You know, sometimes when you are in a relationship, whether in a romantic relationship or just friendship, you ask yourself, this person, is she impacting my life positively or negative? Drama is too much. Every day something, every day something. You've done your best. Forget those friends. For your peace of mind, cut her off. Just be on your own. Without her, you will not die. I pray that one day she realizes the situation she's in and gets out of that situation. But right now, there's nothing you can do. Prioritize your own mental health and emotional health. Okay, babe? Yeah. Do you have anything more to add?
Just pray for her since you've cut her. Just pray that she realize what she's doing is harming her own self. She comes into her own disorder. Hey, I have to love myself before loving someone else. Maybe that will help. But please don't contact her again. Just be
Let her
there.
be.
Let
The
her
drama
be there.
is too much. And it's affecting you.
Yeah,
So,
you've tried your best.
yeah, yeah. So you're not overreacting, babe. Okay, so if you have any advice for this sender, just write story number 2 and leave your advice or opinions. She's going to be in the comment section reading them. Let's move on to story number 3. I live with my mom and my big brother. I share a room with my mom while my brother has his own room. We live in the same house with my uncle, his wife, and his kids. My uncle has three rooms, one for him and his wife, and one for his biological son, and one for his stepson. My uncle's first wife, who is my cousin's mom, passed away, and my uncle remarried. His new wife brought a son into the marriage. So now my cousin and his stepbrother share a room. Fast forward, my cousin is really close to my family, meaning my mom and me. I love my cousin, but the problem is that he doesn't respect boundaries or privacy. As I mentioned earlier, I stay in the same room with my mom, but he often leaves his room to come into ours and stay there all day. He knows it's a ladies' room, but even when we've just finished bathing and want to change, he will still be in the room. Whether I'm putting on pants or clothes, he doesn't respect our privacy. Even if we want to discuss something private, he remains there. We can't even fart in our own room. There are times when it gets really hot and we just want to strip down and lay on the floor, but he will still be there. The only time he leaves is when we are about to sleep. I'm starting to dislike him because of his behavior, and I get angry whenever he comes to our room. My mom has told him to excuse us when he sees we finished bathing, but he still doesn't listen. Every time I come to the room to dress up after a bath, he's still there. Honestly, whenever I see him, I get angry. Personally, I love being alone and having my own space without anyone disturbing me. Sometimes he doesn't even knock before entering our room. Now my mom is angry at me because of the way I'm behaving towards him. She's upset because he's really helpful to us, and she thinks he might stop coming over because of my behavior. But it's not my fault. I just want to be alone and I need my privacy. I'm going to be honest, he really does help us a lot. He fetches water for us, but we pay him for that. And I also use the same water to cook for him. I'm going to be honest, he really does help us a lot. He fetches water for us, but we pay him for that. And I also use the same water to cook for him. Personally, I have a problem with my leg, so I don't move around much, although I can walk. He goes to the market, but in return, I cook for him. To be honest, we treat him better than his stepmom and his dad do. He eats the food we eat. And it's not a matter of maltreatment at all. When he gets sick, I'm the one who takes care of him, even though his mom is around. I clean up his vomit and even wash him up. So I don't understand why my mom says he has been so good to us and that I shouldn't behave this way towards him. Haven't we also been good to him? I love my cousin, but I want my privacy. He should stay in his room and learn to give us space. Maybe if he gives us space, I won't be angry every time I see him. This guy can come to our room as early as 7 a.m. while we are still naked and sleeping. He will knock on our door, and when you tell him to come in, he will just come and lay on the floor. I mean, why can't you just stay in your own room? My mom and my brother are making me feel bad about the way I'm treating him. Am I a bad person for asking for my privacy? Am I the asshole? Do you want to go first?
No.
Should I go first? Or you
Yeah,
want to
yeah,
go
you can
first?
go first.
Okay, so I know you've spoken to him several times and he's still doing the same thing. But do this, okay? Sit him down. Do it again. Talk to him again about the importance of your privacy and how you need your space. And this time around, make sure he understands what you are saying. Let him know you are serious about it and that you need your privacy. Okay. Number two, I think you should talk to your mom and your brother because they don't understand what you are feeling. I'm the kind of person that doesn't joke with my privacy at all. So I know what you are going through. Talk to them, let them know the way you are feeling. Do you get it? It is not like you hate him or you're maltreating him. You just want your privacy. Then after that, put rules down, like set rules. Let him know that he can come to your room at this particular time and he cannot come at this particular time. Let him knock before he enters. If he doesn't knock when he enters, let him go back. I don't know if he's an adult or he's a child. From what you've written, I don't know. Okay, but make sure he follows the rules. Like in the morning, he can't come in the morning. He can't come early in the morning. He can only come at a particular time. And when it is time for you to bath, he has to go out. And let your mom help you in implementing these rules. Like, no joke, oh, this is it. Don't come to my room in the morning. If I'm bathing, you have to go out. Knock before you enter. If you don't knock and you enter, you go. Don't come back. You get it? Like you said, it helps you a lot. And it could be that he's not happy in his house. Like you said, his stepmom and his dad doesn't really treat him right. So he's happy with you. That is why he's always there. But like you said, you need your privacy too. Do you get it? So, number one, sit him down, talk to him seriously. Tell him how important your privacy means to you. Two, talk to your brother and your mother. Let them understand why you are treating him the way you are treating him. Three, set rules. When you set the rules, don't joke with it. Do you get it? When you set the rules, make sure he follows them. Like I said, he should knock before he enters. He shouldn't come very early in the morning. You can even give him the specific time he can come to your room, and then be patient with him. It seems like he's happy when he's with you.
He feels at
Yeah,
home.
he feels at home with you. That is why he's always around. So just be patient with him. You get, I don't know if he's a child, that is the thing. But set rules and make sure he follows it. Even if you like, just give him specific like hours that he can enter into your room. Do you get it? And let your mom help you. If your mom doesn't help you, he's not going to be serious about it. So if you want, both of you talk to your mom first, and then the two of you will sit him down and let him know that you need your privacy. I'm sure that will help.
If your brother doesn't still understand, you wait when you go and bath and he's coming to dress. They will also go
This
to
girl
his
always
room.
wants problem.
No, you also go there so that you feel the way you are feeling. So that you see if you are lying down on the floor, then if you could change freely like he always does. I
I
mean,
just hope they listen to you because Charlie, privacy is not a joke.
it's very important.
It is very important. I love to be alone, so I understand what you are saying. So hopefully, when you talk to your mom and both of you talk to him, he will listen to you, obey your rules, and then there's peace everywhere, right? So yeah, Anissa, do you have anything more to add?
Now that's all.
So that's all. That's a wrap for today's video. Now remember that your opinions and advice matters.
Matters.
And it is because of you that they've sent the stories in the first place. So don't forget to leave them down below. Okay? Thank you so much for watching this video. And you know what I'm going to say. Please subscribe and like this video. And don't forget to turn on the notification bell so that whenever I post, you'll be notified immediately. Thank you so much for watching this video. Now, if you want to send me your own story, you can send it to my TikTok account at vera.ish. I'm going to leave it on the screen. So just write it out and send it to me. And when I post your story, I'm going to notify you and let you know your story is up. So, yeah,
We are done.
see you next time. Okay, we
We
are
are
done.
done.
Bye.